Hey, time management. What is time management? We say it all the time, I've got to master my time, I got to manage my time better. Really, what does that mean? What are we trying to do when we master our time, when we manage our time? Really, there's not much you can do in managing your time other than self-management, delegation management, and priority management. But part of those three, what I'm going to talk about today is when you have to set your priorities in place, how do you identify the priorities? What's most important to what's least important? You know, it's really a good way to do that with a to-do list, a self-achievement list, whatever you want to call it, getting that list in place, putting all of the tasks out for you in your day, getting completely ready for the day, and then reorganizing it according to priority. How do you prioritize things? As one of my friends says, it's intuitively obvious to even the most casual observer what to do, right? No, that's not the case at all. It's complicated and it seems like it's difficult, but once you get the task laid out with all of your priorities per day written out, reshuffle them according to priorities. How do you prioritize it? What makes you the most money? What is the most important task, the main thing you're working on today? Which are the least? The least ones, you can put a low priority on them. You can put a H for high priority on them. That'll separate them out and you can reorganize them against that. If you can pass the lower priorities to somebody else in your team, maybe not at your level of expertise, pass that off of your plate right away. And then the importance of everything going on. So if you look at the importance of these, lay them in accordance to the main thing. What are you working on today? What are you working on tomorrow? What are you trying to achieve this week? That lays out the priorities of this week. Be clear on what you're doing, where you're going, and what you're trying to achieve. And most important, slow down. Ooh, did you hear that? Slow down. Be clear on what you're trying to achieve for yourself, your team, and everybody else. Now, next to that, when you lay these things in place, sometimes the hardest thing or the highest thing on priority is the ugliest thing. And there's a book that Brian Tracy wrote. It's called Eat the Frog. It's been written and said many times by different things. Eat the frog. We wouldn't dare eat a frog. It's the ugliest thing you have ever seen. You pick one up, ooh, I wouldn't even consider it. But take that item that you're fixing to conquer, you're getting ready to go into, and eat the frog. Eat it first. Do it first. Why do we do that? Why would I want to do that? I want to put that last. You don't put it last because you don't get to it. You will keep putting it last. But what you could do, you could be putting it first, knock it out first, and everything else is easy from there on out. So just consider this. Hype yourself up to be able to go in and eat the frog first. Now, all of this happens because of planning mastery. See, all of this is about planning mastery. We talked about in the beginning time mastery and how do you master time. Really, you don't. You master your priorities and your plan. You lay the plan out properly, you lay it in place, you share it with your team. Here's what we're achieving today. Here's the main priorities we're going to achieve today. And then let's go and achieve those tasks. Sometimes you have to look at your calendar structure. When you place this on your calendar, you know, this so many times I see people not do this. They have a calendar with set items for meetings outside of the work, but they never put internal scheduled meetings to accomplish things in the business. One important factor is be intentional about your time. Don't let any interruptions in. Close the door. Put a sign on the outside of your door that says, "Do not disturb in a meeting with myself." And they'll know that you're in a meeting with somebody very important, not to interrupt it. Needless to say, you got to have a meeting with yourself about the plan that you've laid out, the priorities you've laid out, the high skill that's needed there. You're going to eat the frog, do the thing that's the hardest to do first, and then all the other tasks seem to come in place.